So anybody who wears our products, they enter the room, you'll know. So we changed the name to
Wow.
Summer Sands, and we swiped on every girl, and
One thing that you tell your younger self.
we just dropped it everywhere. The beauty about this question is there's nobody saying it for lesser than us. You have to keep trying. There's no choosing. Like, who's an entrepreneur, you need to be okay with detaching with your products. Just do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Because I felt like, I want to learn some. No, not yet. Like, luckily, every minute 60 seconds goes by in Africa.
We decide the rapid.
It's like a baby. Not really afraid of competition. Person did not take it seriously because we were girls. So he treated us like children.
Hi guys, I'm Ishita
And I'm Kanishka.
and welcome to
Drop the filter.
Filter.
And today with us we have Kritika, the co-founder of Summer Sands. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your brand before we jump in?
Hi guys, so I'm Kritika, the co-founder of Summer Sands, and our brand is for the maximalists of India who love to dress up, who love to be effortlessly themselves, who are loud and who don't mind making some noise as they go.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, Jinx. But yeah.
So during the process of building, have you ever dropped the filter? Like, which was one time that you said, you know what, let's just do it. Or, any like situation.
So we drop the filter very regularly like that.
Okay.
Because let's say we make a lot of mistakes and we put that up on our stories and we talk about what's happening behind the scenes as well, and then we show them that okay, this is what we've done now. So our initial batch of products, basically, they were a complete failure, I'll tell you that. Like, we sent out a lot of tops and they all came back to us and a lot of complaints, and luckily the girls who sent us back, they gave us a chance to fix it. That's
wow.
when we took a shot. We worked on it for like a month and we sent them a new batch. And ever since then it's been great. Like, we've learned a lot and we've made a lot of mistakes, but it's been great.
That's really nice. You
Yeah.
dropped the filter by being honest with your audience
Yeah.
about the mistakes. Also, where did the idea come and how has your journey been with the Summer Sands? And what was your initial plan? Like, how many years back was your initial plan to start this business?
I think probably a little bit of history before
Yeah.
we jump into the present.
Yeah, so actually last September, me and my friend, we've been talking for 2 years actually, me and Suha, my co-founder. So we've been thinking we have to start something, we have to start. So we finalized on a name last September. So the first thing we did is we just didn't want to wait any longer. We created an Instagram account. Then we started getting accessories at first and we sent it to an influencer. And it was very slow that time. We didn't do much, we didn't market it much. But this April is when it started. Like, I quit my corporate job and I got into Summer Sands full time. And ever since then, it's been crazy. Like, in April we had around 1K followers. Right now we have 17.4.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's been great, and we've been working. We've had a lot of sleepless nights, and we had this idea that we want to do something crazy, something different. We didn't want to be just another resort wear brand. So we wanted to be loud. We wanted to make an entrance. So anybody who wears our products, they enter the room, you'll know. Their clothes will make that noise. You'll be aware.
Yeah, I love that. So now that you mentioned that there was a drastic change in the number of followers that you have, how did that happen? Like, what changed? What marketing strategy changed, or what changed for that Instagram presence to increase?
So till then, we weren't shooting regularly. We were just, okay, something's happening. We were going with the flow. But then when I got into it full time, we were able to form better plans. So then we planned a lot of shoots, a lot of content. So we kept posting regularly. And that's all. Like, we just posted a lot. Like, we posted 10 reels a day. We went to that extent in the initial days.
Wow.
Because, yeah, we had so much content and we were like, why are we not pushing it? It's okay, let's just push it. What's the worst could happen? So we've tried all sort of gimmicks also at the start. Like, we joined a dating app as a brand because we realized that a lot of girls are going to be there. So we changed the name to
Wow.
Summer Sands. And we swiped on every girl and we were like, why don't you check out our brand? And a lot of followers came. They were like, okay, we love this idea that
That
Yeah.
is like so cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
So we did all sort of harkatein. Like there was this matcha bar that just had a pop-up. So we went there with like QR codes of Summer Sands. We just dropped it everywhere in case someone finds it and scans it. But we don't know if it worked out or not. So we
I'm sure it
tried
did.
we tried our hand on everything. We were like, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So we didn't want to
Ooh.
miss out on anything.
I love how you said that.
Yeah, I think I'm blown away already. But yeah, I think that's very exciting that you all tried everything because it shows. I mean, I think there's a lot of presence on social media now. People know what you all are doing. But what made, like, I'm assuming the top that you're wearing has become your signature product. Did you aim for it to be your signature product, or how did it become your signature product?
So we did not aim for it to be our signature product. Honestly, we found it a bit hard because we had a few favorites and they weren't going. And as a person who's an entrepreneur, you need to be okay with detaching with your products. Like sometimes you fall in love with something too fast and it's not easy to let go. So we let go of some products and we thought we have to experiment more. That's when we got the idea of the shell skirt. And then we were the first brand to launch it in India, the shell skirts, the shell tops. And we started getting traction. We realized, okay, we were doing something good. And honestly, we have a lot of plus size customers also because of our customizations. And they loved it more than anybody else because they saw the opportunity to get things made to measurements. So that sort of pushed it further, I would say.
So this is like your signature item. For me, like when I hear the brand, for me this is the signature thing. But I think nowadays, how do you deal with like brands coming up with lesser pricing and the similar product as you? Because there is going to be competition now once you have put this thing in the market, and definitely in India. So for you to still keep the comparison going on, because the other brands are going to put it with a lesser price. So how do you deal with that?
So the beauty about this question is there's nobody selling it for lesser than us.
What?
So we have the hack for this,
Oh my
for
god.
this top, for the shells and everything. So our price is the least currently in India. And we're not really afraid of competition. It's not bad. It's like a good thing. And at the same time, our brand presence is quite strong. So people don't just buy the top or the skirt, they buy Summer Sands.
Wow.
I
So yeah, you keep saying that. How are you so sure that yours is the first to be in India? Because that's a pretty big claim. So how do you know that you are the first ones to get it in India?
Because it was nowhere else before we launched it. And I mean, all the other brands started getting the idea only after seeing us. And
Okay.
it's not easy to source shells in India either. So
Okay.
you have to go
So
through
how do you deal with the manufacturing? Because I feel building a brand in your early 20s, it's tough. And plus, like you don't have any knowledge related to the manufacturing, products, designing. So how do you deal with like all this when you're actually in your early 20s, like when you started the brand, right?
Yeah, so actually here we have some sort of experience because my co-founder also is the owner of Fox Stores. She has experience in marketing and with respect to me, I used to have another brand before this. So we have some idea, okay, this will work in the market, this may not, and how to fix the manufacturing. We have our own setup. So we don't outsource our work. We have our own workshop where we make the products. So that helps, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question that was there was like, how are you so confident in a certain way? Like, how do you choose? I mean, definitely you have your own workshop, but like, how do you choose out of 100 that this would be it?
Yeah.
You have to keep trying. There's no choosing. Like,
Okay.
I mean, let's say I try 10 times. There's a good chance that 9 of them are not going to work out.
Yeah.
But I have to keep pushing through to the 10th so
Definitely.
that I get the 10th.
So, and how do you keep the motivation on of those 9 not working out?
You have no other option when you're an entrepreneur. You have to be optimistic. Otherwise, this is not a place for you. Like,
Definitely.
there's going to be times when everybody says this doesn't make sense, or like, why would you do it? A lot of people ask me, like, I quit my well-paying corporate job to jump into this,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and there was like, we didn't even have any idea how we were going to do anything. And I just know that, okay, we're going to do this. We were just so passionate that,
I think that's also the key, right? To be a little delusional, be a lot more passionate,
yeah.
and it just works out maybe.
Yeah, it's like we overthink a lot, and because of that, we tend to find, okay, these are the problem areas, and we automatically resolve them. So I think that works.
Yeah, I think getting a great partner is also important because
Yeah.
we've spoken about it earlier. Sometimes you might not see eye to eye to things, but that's how a partnership works, right?
Yeah.
Where you help each other, show what you see and what your partner sees. How do you get through that?
Honestly, she's like the yin to my yang. She's like the best partner that I could ask for. And we've mostly seen eye to eye on things. And when we don't, we have this habit of pitching the idea to the other. So we wait for the day and we keep pitching. Okay, if I think this is a better idea, I keep telling, okay, this is why I think. And she gives like a rebuttal of it. And this is how we have a conversation. At some point, we realize, okay, this person is more passionate about this idea. So we let go. We're like, okay, fine, let's try your way.
Yeah, I think more than that, like about your brand, what I really love is like there's no size chart.
Yeah.
Like the whole customization thing you just told, I feel it's so different in India because in India, for women, it's only like, oh, so you have to fit in those sizes, but everyone has a different body type. So,
Yeah.
was this your idea from the start or it came later? Was there a size chart in the starting or was it always like customization?
It was always customization. See, the thing is, I've seen girls be insecure about their bodies.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you'll want a sleeve, or you want it to have a covered back, or you want it, different, a longer length, whatever. You have your own reasons, and you don't fit into a size chart. Maybe like your waist is like smaller, but your hips is bigger. So we didn't want a girl to come to us and be like, listen, this, I don't have my size here in the chart, and because of that, I don't know if I can go ahead with this. So we didn't want to have that issue. Like we noticed girls feeling bad about themselves when they couldn't find the size in our
Yeah.
in a chart. So we were like, okay, we're not gonna have a size chart no matter what. It's always gonna be customizations. So each piece is like handmade. It's like made for you and you only. So
But as the order number keeps increasing, how do you deal with these customizations?
see, right now we haven't had an issue yet because our workers are also trained in a way that they can make it fast and they can customize it. So I guess we'll only have to see when that problem comes.
I guess. Deal with it in the future kind of a thing. I love that.
I also want to know one. So, do you have a history with designing?
Oh no, I'm a software engineer.
Oh my God, the
Wow.
girl, the tech girl.
Yeah.
So do you design all the things or do you have a designer for all of this?
We actually have a designer as well, but the ideas, I guess, me and Suha come up with them most of the time.
So it's all natural. You guys don't have a past degree with the whole designing thing.
We
So
don't.
So how did you decide to come up with a fashion brand?
yeah.
We just loved fashion. Like, we loved dressing up. We loved expressing yourself through clothes. That's the whole idea, was just doing something with your best friend. That's what was the base for this. Like, I just wanted to start something with Suha, and we were like, you know what, let's just do fashion. And it was
Makes
simple.
sense. So even all the outfits that both of you designed for the company or your brand, it's both of you guys
Yeah.
together. Like
Yeah.
that's really nice. I think both of us, for both of us, you're like best friends coming up for a podcast. I can definitely relate. Both of you guys as best friends, you want to start something in your early 20s. And definitely we are not really in our early 20s. We are?
We are.
Okay, sorry, I thought I was old. But it's fine. I get confused with my age, but that's really inspiring. But also, have you ever faced a big loss or a big failure with your brand as of now? Like Summer Sands.
Actually, yeah. So there was this one product that was really going well, and we thought, this was the first time we thought of outsourcing it to somebody, and we outsourced it, and it wasn't a good choice because the person did not take it seriously because we were girls in our early 20s. So he treated us like children and he dismissed us, and he made the worst possible pieces, and he just sent it over. It didn't fit anywhere. It looked good, honestly. If you put it on the ground, it looks good, but it fit no one. So then that's when we were like, we're not going to outsource anything. We're going to make everything in-house. So that was a bit hard to recover from because we had reached out to influencers as well, saying that we're going to send this piece. Yeah. So then we messaged the influencers, and like that time we had our shell skirts. So we were like, why we can send this instead. So that sort of helped us out. So all I'd say is even things that didn't work out, it ended up working out for us. So
Yeah,
this taught us a lot.
I think, I mean, a lot of people keep saying, no, these are like not ideally like failures. These are like setbacks that really push you. Like it's, what is that called?
Catapult.
Yeah. It's like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people talk about it that things like this happen, but you eventually just learn from it, whatever it is, or you either come up with a better idea.
Yeah.
These are the situations that push you to think bigger and better and rectify it because no one else will if you won't. Right? But when you were starting this company with your best friend, like you mentioned, did a lot of people tell you that don't get into business with your best friend?
I mean, they did, but it didn't matter because we already knew that we would see eye to eye on things. Like we had a fair idea of exactly how we wanted to run it. Like I said, we've been talking about it for years before we started it. We didn't just start it on a whim saying, hey, yeah, let's just start. So, I mean, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you guys get the setback of like being young girls, as you just said,
Yeah.
And is it still there? Like your brand is doing good. So do you still get that criticism of being like two young girls, two best friends starting their own brand? Like, that thing, like they don't know anything about the fashion industry. So do you still get that criticism?
Yeah, I mean, we do. I would say that. Like, even recently for our event, we hosted a theme party and we were going to get our goodie bags printed. So that time, the person that was printing our goodie bags, he did not treat, like, I went there alone and he didn't treat me like an adult. He treated me like I'm a fifth grader who was asking him to print on a bag.
Oh.
So that was a little bit annoying, but I mean, you have to deal with it. Like, you can't do anything. So we just
Get
got
your
it.
work done.
Yeah, so we got our work done and the event went well. So
As long
as long as it goes well,
Yeah.
it's okay.
And I think that's a problem with the society on the whole.
Yeah.
And I'm sure definitely down the lane that should change.
Yeah.
Because I think when there are like girls who are young starting their things, it's not something that they say that this will be it.
Yeah.
It's that, do you feel like the pressure of proving to people that this is going to be the best thing for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we do feel that pressure sometimes. But honestly, we also love it. We love growing this. It's like our baby.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. So it's like everything, we're excited about it all the time. We think about it all the time. Like I wake up and she wakes up and we have 10 different ideas that we have to discuss with each other. And we're like, hey, listen, we should do this, we should do that. And yeah, so that's what is fun about it.
Yeah, I think that's what I feel like. Sometimes the pressure will exist.
Yeah.
But when you just push away and see what you want out of it, is when the excitement comes in, I guess.
Like even with the pressure, I feel we also have people really supporting us. Like our friends and family, they've been supporting us throughout this.
So that's great.
Yeah, even like I said, we did have a setback with some people treating us like kids.
Yeah.
But we also had people who respected the way we spoke and they gave us a chance to have
that respect and that y'all are entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
I feel like
they treated us as entrepreneurs.
Because that's a big thing, telling it on your own is one thing, but when other people treat you like that, I think it just gives you that extra confidence
and reassurance.
And reassurance, yeah, of course, definitely.
Starting something from scratch, as much as it looks easy, it's not at all because it's so tough. There's so many ideas,
time,
money involved, and it's just too much.
A lot that goes in and when you get that support from your family or friends, I think that just adds to that extra, confidence that we'll make it happen. At least not to prove it to them, but just to tell them that that we did it.
Yeah.
You trusted the right things.
Yeah.
In a way. It's very exciting.
Yeah. So we were talking about Summer Sands. Before that, I want to know more about you. Like, tell us something about yourself to the audience. Like, where were you born or anything related to that, and any fun fact that nobody knows about you that you want to disclose today.
Oh, well, so I was born in Chennai, but then I've been.
Oh my god, I have to
Are you
deal
a
with
CSK fan?
Just do it. Guys, the door is that side. You all can leave. You're not understanding. When you said Chennai, you saw my face. I love CSK. I'm so sorry.
So dumb.
Okay, calm
Yeah,
down.
I mean,
Okay.
but like,
It's a good thing.
yeah,
Okay.
You're supporting the right things.
yeah. I mean,
Shut up.
we're gonna win the cup again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been like traveling a lot since I was born. Like because of my dad's job, I've moved around to Singapore. I've stayed in US for a bit.
Wow.
I've lived in Mumbai and then Bangalore. So moved around a lot. And so I love playing music and I play around 3-4 instruments and I can
Wow.
sing too.
Wow.
And
Make a sound.
make a sound.
Like, ooh.
I don't think that's
She's giving me those vibes. Ooh.
It's not Hawaii.
She looks
Feels like-
like
Yeah.
she's in Hawaii. So I'll
It's down though. Yeah.
That's
So something that nobody knows about me, I started going to jujitsu classes because I felt like, I want to learn some
Wow.
Whoa.
martial arts.
How did it go, but?
It was fun. Like it hurt a lot because it was crazy.
Have you ever used it in real life?
No, not yet. Like luckily, I'm not ready to use it yet. But I think a few more classes in, maybe.
I don't think you should ever use it.
Yeah.
Nothing should happen.
This is good.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah, but that sounds exciting. I think all of these things, I watch a lot of roadies.
Okay.
And people there have learned the most random martial arts. And I know all of these terms just because of that
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
And it's very exciting that MMA, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had ideas, but I'm just scared.
How long have you been staying in Bangalore?
I'd say since from 2015. So I've been here
Oh, it's
for
been a while.
a while, yeah.
So your best friend is from Bangalore. Like, did y'all meet here or all these through these shifts of your lives?
So it started as like a online friend situation.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love it.
And then we became best friends.
It's like a movie.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
She's from Bangalore.
Yeah, she lives here. She used to live in Bangalore, but she moved to
Moved back.
Bangalore.
Okay, yeah.
So how do y'all manage the long distance
Yeah.
co-owner, founder?
So like he keeps visiting Bangalore as well from time to time. And the thing is we've already set up a system that can work without us. So we just have to handle things. We have to oversee things. That's it.
So how do you
That's
guys
nice.
shoot? Like that's my question. Like if
So shooting, it's like if she's not there in Bangalore, then I handle it. But if I'm busy, she handles it in
so you
Bangalore.
guys get models who shoot for you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
or like
We get models, but more than that, we look at real people. Like recently, we had our shoot, and we just called the girls who attended our event. We got 3 of them,
okay.
and we were like, let's just shoot with them, and it was fun. So
Yeah, I think that also it becomes easier to connect with the audience directly and trust your brand, I think.
yeah,
I think also because when you mention that you talk about your hardships, your stories, I think that's one of the best marketing strategies at the moment for a brand.
yeah,
To be real with the audience, whatever you're going through, if it's great, if it's bad, if it's a backlash.
Yeah, and if you're getting the customers in, I think it's the best decision ever because I would like more be interested to get that thing because the customer himself is coming and shooting for you guys.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good strategy. Do you guys come with the whole marketing strategy?
yeah.
That's really nice. I'm really
I love that
impressed.
y'all are-
Yes.
I think being an entrepreneur, you just touch every field
Yeah.
without even realizing it.
Like the shooting, the marketing, even like sourcing things out. It's like everything
Yeah,
you
we
do.
plan everything. Like we are very detailed with our plans. Honestly, we should relax a bit, huh?
Nothing
The
is
week-
kill.
But like we both oversee everything we can.
That's really nice. Okay, so now with the whole social media thing, you guys have like 17
Yeah.
point K followers. So how do you deal with the trends? Because they come and they go. And to keep up with the trends and to understand the algorithm is so tough.
Yeah.
And do you come up with the trends and do you make your own trends? Have you ever made like your own trend that has gotten viral or something related to that?
So with respect to trends, even we are figuring out. So there's no like specific route. Okay, if you do this, then this works. Honestly, when we work really hard for a reel, it gets like 100 views, and the most random videos go viral. Like there's this video of of our model eating kurkure, and it's going viral. She's just eating kurkure, and she's like moving around with a kurkure packet, and it's going viral, and we can't understand why is it going viral.
Yeah, I think that's no one will ever understand.
Yeah, like even with us, like if we don't put like a heart and soul, it's going good. But if we are really doing like dance and like really putting, it's just not working out. And I feel that's the algorithm at this point.
Yeah.
Like they want us to sit on the road and be like make some like disgusting, funny
Ranting.
content, and that will go viral.
Yeah.
Like even if I see on the Instagram. So I think with the whole trend situation, I feel nobody has ever got it right. I feel.
I think everyone's getting it right without realizing what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Like
And
one pattern I've noticed is like you just have to make sure that the dialogue is catchy, something like,
Yeah, like
Mhm,
the
mhm.
trend, like the hook.
yeah, the hook, just one line that works. Like it doesn't even have to be too many words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Or like brain rot.
Yeah,
every
brain rot is
every 30 minutes, so many seconds, every minute 60 seconds goes by in
Yeah.
Africa. So
Yeah.
stuff like that goes
Yeah,
viral. It's
that
like
makes sense.
I once did it. Like I was at the initial days we didn't have many followers. So I was like, why not just try brain rot
Yeah.
also? So even that, like we had there's this famous horror wala Joker, no? What is he? Not Joker, like a clown.
Clown,
It, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Ah,
horror movies very well. Yeah.
my God.
So we made a meme with that clown,
Mm.
and it went, we hit 10K followers, but it's the most random meme, and we just have like random stickers of our accessories and our skirt, and we got like so many followers from that. And we tried brain rot. Then like now we have followers, so we're like, okay, let's be more professional.
yeah,
Let's not do
Yeah.
brain rot anymore.
yeah, anymore.
Yeah.
Makes sense, valid.
Yeah.
I think one more thing I wanted to know was that your whole brand is, like you said, a whole resort wear thing. How do you, like, for me, when I see your brand, it gives a lot, like your name says it itself, a lot of summer vibes, a lot of, like, yeah, basically summer vibes, actually, nothing more than that. But the point was, how do you manage with the different, like, for example, in December, how do you make sure your sales are as high as maybe in April?
Thing is, people are always going on vacation. And sometimes we mix up our designs. Like we try to go with the trends. Like recently for our Diwali collection, we released some tops called the Katpata tops, the backless ones.
Oh, oh my God.
And we added some shells to the bust to make sure that, okay, we have elements of summer sands on it. So it was like a summer sands chatpata
Did
top.
you come up with the word chatpata?
No, that wasn't me. But like it was going
viral,
Yeah, it
but
was
you added
viral.
your element.
Yeah, so we added like shells on the top, and the rest was like how,
Seen
a
these.
spicy top would be.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's what my question was. How do you keep up with the different situations and all of that? That's
But
nice.
you
that
guys
have had-
consider yourself as a summer brand, like
Yeah, what if you see an audience looking at your brand? What do you want
See,
them
I'm
to
from
expect?
Himachal. Imagine I'm gonna just be in Himachal and I go for vacations, maybe like in the mountains only I go. So I don't think I can like get something from you guys, right?
Yeah.
So-
So, what's there? Is it?
Yeah.
Are you targeting that audience?
No, we actually focus on beaches more. Like anybody who's
Okay.
going on a beach vacation and you want to be extra. So
Achha, so your target audience is not everybody.
yeah, it's
It's
not
just
everybody.
people who want to
Be
be
on
on the beach.
vacation.
That
like
is me.
summer.
I love beaches.
Even I
Beaches over
love.
mountains.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think I'm just gonna. I'm like looking at her top. I think some 10,000 times because I'm like,
It's fun. It's like
I'm going, guys. My birthday is coming, and I'm gonna say it on this episode. I'm gonna get a customized top by Summer Sands for my birthday. So if you guys don't ask me in the DM where did you get it from, you should know where to get it from. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So now, how do you all differentiate by accessories? Like, do you have a catalog, or like, how do people buy products from you?
so right now we have all the products on our highlights with the prices.
Okay.
And so it'll be easier for people to just tap on the highlights. But we are going to be adding a website soon enough. That time it'll
Okay.
be easier.
So now the categories that you'll have is like accessories and clothing.
Clothes, yeah.
Okay, that's
Do
interesting.
you have any more goals that like more items or like
That you wanna
add
add.
like maybe like heels or like I'm just guessing.
We're not thinking of heels, but we are, thinking of bags. But we
Fun.
haven't gone there yet. We want to get the clothes thing sorted out first and then go into bags too.
Yeah, but I think beach and bags are a
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
great.
gonna be a great combo with this outfit. Imagine like a really cool beach bag.
We have a bag actually. Like we have like this crochet flower bag. So
Okay.
it's a lily, but it's made of crochet. So it's like very.
Wow.
That's also one of our best sellers.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
That sounds
It's all very exciting. How do you decide the price points for it? Are you
Yeah.
trying to be on the premium side? Are you trying to be on the not so premium side?
We're honestly trying to be in the middle somewhere, and sometimes we even keep our prices a little low so that people can,
Accessible.
yeah, it's
for everyone.
accessible, yeah, because like there are a lot of college students following us as well, and we understand that, they may not be able to spend so much on a big product. So that's why we came up with the Chatpata top collection, because we wanted to make it accessible. Like they wanted shells, so we added that on like a small backless top. So it was easy for them to get.
I like that you're trying to include, but also subtly be like, it's okay if you're not a part of it. Like, I mean, like weather vacation vibes is like two different TGs, but at the same time, same TG. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just never mind. I'm really trying to make sense in my head. But anyways,
Yeah. So what are your goals for your brand in the next 5 years? Like do you have like a vision board relation to anything of your brand? Like it can be numbers as well, like on your Instagram, money wise, or like the growth, or maybe like customer, like a number. Do you have any goals for your brand? More designs or something related?
Honestly, we are hoping that we could have like our first offline store. And other than that,
thing.
we don't have like crazy goals. Like we just keep working. Like we didn't expect 17K followers itself. Like it's just been 5-6 months, and it just moved.
And that too for a brand, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So do you all have a location in mind or
Bangalore.
back?
Yeah, it's like we
Bangalore
both
is
love
great.
Bangalore, so we want to start something here only if we do. So, and there's already like less cool stores, I would say, in Bangalore. Like everything always happens in Mumbai or Delhi.
But
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All cool things are just expected to be in Mumbai or Delhi. I think Bangalore is the next cool spot.
Yeah, like
It
even
has
people
to.
think our brand is Delhi based. It's like, okay, it's from Delhi. Why don't you just send it via Dunzone? We're like, we're Bangalore based. Then they're like confused.
Yeah, I don't know why people have this kind of perception, because I was telling you even before the podcast that people sometimes think that we're from Bombay. So now there's a point where we make sure we talk about Bangalore for at least a minute in a podcast.
But so now for you, like you're getting comments like you guys, they think you're from Delhi. So do you do something to make your brand Bangalore based? Like, isn't that in your vision to make Summer Sands a Bangalore based brand?
Yeah, we did have our first event in Bangalore. So, I mean, whoever came knows that we are from Bangalore.
Yeah.
We promoted it very well, that we're a Bangalore based brand.
No, I meant as in more of like a social media side. Like imagine I'm seeing like a website or maybe like your handle.
Okay.
And for me, if it's giving me Delhi vibes, so like do you have any plans to like do something or just leave it?
So right now, I think we're just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on our website, we do have like an events page that is coming up as well.
So that will be much clearer because it happened in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something that we do to make sure it's like, you post a reel or something, there's a place where you can add location.
Yeah.
We just add Bangalore as our location.
Like every time.
Just in case.
Okay.
I'd like as a podcasting man, it's not that important to know where
Yeah.
you're from, but we just wanted to make sure, because I don't think a lot of people, like in Bombay, there are like 50 different podcasts. Here, there are not that many doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So we just want to like differentiate a little bit there,
Okay.
but that's what we do.
That's a good idea. I mean, I can
Yeah.
pick.
We just put it, there's no harm. You can just
Yeah.
put a location. I think it's just easier. It's also exclusive now for Bangalore people to,
Yeah.
this is a Bangalore brand.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's very easy to take pride on something that's not even yours. Like, for example, I take a lot of pride in dosas from Bangalore. I'm like, yeah, like you don't get dosas like Bangalore anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that comes with the pride. Like, for example, for someone to say that, this is a Bangalore based brand, like that's a flex. You don't even know the brand, you don't even know the owners, maybe, but that's a flex. Anything Bangalore, I
You've talked
flex.
about food. What is your favorite restaurant in Bangalore?
How can I pick one?
Like
your favorite.
I know, but like your
Cuisine wise.
yeah, cuisine wise,
Um,
like Pan Asian or something, or like Italian.
honestly, I can't pick. Like, I'm very indecisive
Okay, let's say
person.
go to place.
Yeah.
So I'd say like comfort food.
Mhm.
For me, I have this one mess in Malleshwaram. So
Okay.
Ayur mess, it has my comfort food. So it's like meal, South Indian meals.
Yum, I had yesterday only.
Yeah.
I
So it's
love
like, it's
South.
my favorite, it's my comfort food. And then like there's this one small ice cream shop in Malleshwaram again, Amrit Ice Cream.
And it's like okay,
So it's like
yeah.
homemade. I've been going there since I was a kid. Like me and my dad, we keep, every time he's in town, that's the first spot we hit.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but for me, like personally, Malaysia is too far.
Mm.
So, like,
Yeah, please.
yeah, I think for me, like South Indian is like Nandini.
Okay.
No, I love it.
It.
I'm gonna try. Like I'll have to try places.
Yeah. Do you enjoy experimenting?
Yeah. I mean, we do experiment a lot. Like, you mean with respect to the brand or with respect to me, like trying food?
You.
Okay.
Not food, in general.
General.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, do you think I mean, of course, as an entrepreneur, you need to put yourself out there, experiment with new things
yeah.
here and there. But is that your normal self, or now because of this transition is something that you've adapted to?
Honestly, it's my normal self. Like, I do the most random things all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's very exciting to be okay with experimenting.
Yeah, it's more adventurous also. It gives you
Maybe.
open to like more ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I love learning new perspectives on things. So
That's
this,
nice. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
that's really
yeah.
nice. So we have a fun rapid fire for you, and I think she's gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
Quick. Okay.
Okay.
One summer essential you can't live without.
Lip gloss.
A trend you love and want to bring back.
That's hard. Fast enough.
Skinny jeans.
No.
Yuck.
Never.
Why was that a trend? I remember wearing
Like,
them.
what I want is already back. You know, Y2K. It's like, it's.
Yeah, Y2K
Yeah, I
is a
love
vibe.
Y2K.
Okay, a trend that you want to cancel immediately. It exists now, but you want to cancel it.
Exists now. Okay, and I don't know what trend exists now that I want to cancel. Like, I do hate skinny jeans, but I don't think people are like,
Wearing them right now. I'm glad people are not, honestly.
yeah.
I think we've already answered this, but your personal drop the filter moment as a founder,
As a
specifically.
founder. Uh, damn, I'm very slow at rapid fire.
That's okay.
That's fine.
We decide the rapid. No.
Okay. As a founder, I think that was it. Like me. Oh, yeah, recently there was a situation with the shipping services that they just held our parcels and they didn't ship it out. So then, like, it was a few of our customers were getting mad, obviously, because they wanted it by a date. So then we had to post a story saying that, hey, give us some time, I'll get the trackings. So that took some time. And I had to, like, escalate the matter a lot. Like, I had to scare the person that I'm going to raise a complaint, and they finally moved it. So that was great.
I love it. Women in action. A word that describes your life till now.
Chaotic.
Okay, I would never be able to do it. Are you a morning person or a night person?
I think I'm both. It depends on like how much sleep I get.
Valid. A habit that changed your life.
I don't know, like going with the flow, I guess, because I've been used to controlling things a lot. Like I like controlling the outcomes at all times. I'm a little bit paranoid about it. Even with respect to our skirts or tops, I have to make sure that each thing is perfect.
Perfect.
So now I'm starting to learn to let go. It's working out.
This is all like triggering or something. Anyways, one thing that you surplus on guilt free.
Ice cream. I can have ice cream every day. I go every day.
Yeah.
Like, she's proof.
Last thing you binge watched.
Binge watched from Gilmore Girls.
I love that show. One brand that you're obsessed with, it cannot be Summer Sands.
Oh. There's actually this Bangalore-based designer, Niharika Vivek. She makes courses out of sari. So I'm starting to I love that. Like,
The idea.
yeah.
So are we gonna see it soon on Summer Sands? Something?
No. We are like sticking to our lane.
Yeah. No, like I meant like corsets.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna see corsets soon.
I know.
One thing that you tell your younger self.
Mm. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
She's living by that.
Yeah.
One thing people get wrong about entrepreneurship.
That if you plan things out, it's gonna work out the exact same way.
Doesn't.
Your favorite way to unwind?
I listen to music. Taylor Swift, Katy Perry. I go back to the 2015, 2016 era.
Exit the chat.
Yeah, I should leave. I'm like a Travis Scott person.
Yeah. Okay, I think the rapid fire was really, really fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you did really well. It was rapid at our pace. Okay, so a myth that you'd want to break about entrepreneurships, like either for entrepreneurs or for people looking at entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so the myth that I want to talk about is the one I mentioned previously, that you can have a plan and then if you do this plan, this is going to work out. But it's never really the case. You're going to have to put a lot more efforts, a lot more things that happen in the side. You have to handle all those tasks as well. Like you will assume that everything is going to happen because everybody is going to be at their 100% potential, but that's not the case most of the time. You'll assume, okay, this product will be done in 2 days. The shipping service will ship it in 5 days. It'll reach the customer in 7 days. But sometimes it takes like 5 days for the person to make it, and then it takes like 10 days for the service sometimes. So it goes. You need to be ready to handle all that. That's
Got it.
yeah.
And also, like, what is that one advice that you would give to people in their 20s to start their own brand? Because I think you don't have any guidance. So, any advice to the people?
Just start. Honestly, I think we keep trying to make this perfect idea in our head and we don't implement on it. But it doesn't matter. You can figure out along the way. But you stop procrastinating the start. Just the start. You'll figure it out.
Wow. I think that's very true. And I think that's a really nice note to come to the end of this episode. We really
Loved your presence with your top, and I think I will steal it. I'm joking. But I think I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I think a lot of us, like I gained a lot of knowledge about your brand and how it functions, and definitely the audience too. And yeah, do you want to say something before we end?
Thank you for inviting me and for giving me this opportunity to talk about my brand. And I loved talking with you too. I mean, you guys are like so much fun, and
Sweetest guy.
just love compliments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's nice. I think it was really nice listening
Yeah.
to the backside of your brand directly from you. And it's very exciting what you're doing. And it's really fun to look at as well. But yeah, I think we'll see you all next Friday and we'll see you soon.
Bye. I have to give a kiss.
bye.
Perfect.
Summer.
Summer Sands.
I'm zoning out.
Got a very bad, what's called? Cramp. I'm so sorry, what is it?
Huh?
Yeah, I need a break 1 minute, please.
Cheers.
Stop saying it.
Because I am.
Out because then it'll keep happening.
Thank you.
Gonna shut
That's
up.
what I mean. Conversation for a later time. I don't want.
I'm telling you to keep it. The mic is there for start talking.
No, you keep talking.
Okay.
BTS, no need to look.
Okay.
I'm telling her not to look. They're doing
Sorry. Okay, I'll start. Okay. He was in Bangalore yesterday in Dalian Gala.
Did you like try?
I love him.
Okay.
Please cut all this. No need to like sponsor them free for free like this. But she broke my heart in how that's like betrayal. Excuse me.
I don't know much what's here.
That's how people die.
Oh.
Whatever. Can we get to it?
Very fine.
I get why it's named Drop the Filter.
Yeah.